Oh, wait.
There
I think
we
we
go.
are here.
We are live.
Hey, everyone.
Oh, it shows that we're
Are we
the wrong
sideways?
side. It's okay. I guess we're gonna have to do it like this today. Hey guys, we're just getting situated. I think we should just do it right there.
Oh. Hey. Hey, hey,
Yes. Okay.
Hi, Facebook. Hi, Instagram.
That's awesome.
Well, we get everything situated here. Why don't you guys tell us where you're watching from? We've got some prospective students all over the world. Say hello. Tell us where you're. Hey, Kendall. Hey, Miley.
I see the
Hi,
waves.
Kelly.
Love it.
Hey, guys.
Awesome.
So we're just getting some stuff situated here before we jump into talking about the programs today. Thank you all for jumping on. Hey guys, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma. Hey guys. Midwest, down south. I'm sure you guys have a lot more sun than we do right now.
Yes, very overcast.
We're in Olympia, Washington, the beautiful Pacific Northwest, which is where our headquarters are. It's the most beautiful area in the world, but we do get a lot of rain. The rumors are true.
Mm-hmm. And it's mostly just overcast, really. But yeah, we like to say that we survive on liquid sunshine, aka coffee. Yeah.
Hey, Tawana, Michigan in the house. Hey, guys. Cool.
Awesome. And hey, before we get started, if you guys know someone who has been looking for the NTA or looking for something like the NTA, the different programs that we have, feel free to like and just share that with them. You can click the button down below to share. And even if this comes a little bit later, they can watch it back when we're not live. So feel free to do that. And
Hey, Rachel and Kelly.
yeah.
We got some grads on here, some
Yes.
amazing instructors.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And feel free to give us feedback. We're going to be kind of just going through some basic questions that we get on a day-to-day basis. So feel free to shoot your question in there. We'll be keeping track, and so excited to answer your questions today. I'll go ahead and get started. My name is Kelsey McReynolds. I am the marketing coordinator here at the NTA. I've been working here since February of last year, so a little over a year. A little bit about my background. I have been working in the health and wellness industry for, I guess I'm not like in the photo. We tried to do it sideways, but it just wasn't having it. So I've been working in the health and wellness industry for a few years now, and kind of my background, I struggled a lot with like eating disorders, and so I knew that health and nutrition was the foundation, and I really wanted to just dive deeper into that. And it wasn't until much later in life when I actually realized that I was struggling with these eating disorders and having all these digestive issues that I began to find the NTA and just holistic nutrition in general. So that's kind of what brought me to the NTA. I also, I work on the side as a recipe developer and a food photographer. So that's kind of another one of my driving passions. And I love cooking. Like anytime I'm in the office, I'm like trying to feed my coworkers and that sort of thing. And so if that resonates with you, you're probably in the right place, because we all love to eat. We usually like to cook. So yeah, I think that's about it for me.
Awesome. Thanks, Kels. So yeah, I'm Jasmine. I've been with NTA for about 4 years. I lead the admissions team here. And if you've ever called in to NTA to ask us a question about enrolling, it's totally possible that I could have talked to you on the phone about the programs and what have you. So I actually learned about the NTA quite a few years ago, in probably 2011. And during that time, I was having a lot of hormone imbalance issues, diagnosed with PCOS, and borderline insulin resistant. And so I also was in this industry for years before that, and really thought I had a handle on nutrition and what it meant to nourish my body. And so when I found the NTA and looking at other programs as well, it really stood out to me. The curriculum was different than anything I had ever seen before. And some of it didn't quite make sense, but I was willing to learn more about it to see if that could help with the issues that I was having. So I took the program. I graduated in 2013, so I was in the 2012-2013 cohort. And Gray Graham, the founder, was my instructor. I was totally blessed to be with him in that class, and I learned so much about bio-individual nutrition, things that I had never implemented before. And because of that, I was able to really help start heal my body. And about halfway into the program, I became pregnant, which was something that I didn't think that my body was capable of. And it really wasn't capable up until that time when I started implementing those practices. And so, yeah, I graduated and had my daughter a few months later, and I'm so incredibly thankful for the NTA for helping me go through that time in my life. And, you know, yeah, and now I have Olivia here. Not here, but she's in the earth. Anyway.
Sometimes she comes into the office.
Yeah.
She's adorable. So glad she's here.
Yeah, so my favorite thing about working for the NTA is all of the people that we have here are incredible. We all have our own stories that are similar in the same sense of like, you know, dealing with personal issues and things like different ailments, and we're able to come together and help each other. The community here is so tight and strong. Mm-hmm. It's incredible, like nowhere I've ever seen before. Mm-hmm. We all support each other and lift each other up, and it's amazing to be a part of. And I love helping getting students into class, into the right program for them. That's one of the things that I'm passionate about, and helping them navigate through the whole admissions process, making sure everyone's clear on pricing, what program's right for them, the workload and what that looks like to integrate into their lives. I mean, most of us work full time, and it's really hard to think about what we're gonna do during those 9 months while we're still working full time and having to dedicate additional time and find that time to get our work done and go through the program and everything that it involves. So,
and I definitely speak to that, just because when I first started at the NTA, I knew that I wanted to take one of our programs, and so I was full time here at the NTA. I had a full workload, and I was able to integrate this awesome new program. And it really is just about you prioritizing, you know, the things that really set you on fire, and the different subjects. There's going to be so many things that you'll come across throughout the program that you're going to want to dive deep into. Totally. And if you're like me, I love to absorb the information. I love to just, you know, really dissect it and take time to read through everything. But there really is strength in just knowing what it is that you really want to focus on. And I think through the program, you kind of find what you're passionate about. Absolutely. And like what your niche is. Yeah. So to say.
And it could be something totally different than what you think. So
absolutely.
I had no idea that I was going to want to work with the type of clients that I work with now. I had this idea of opening a preschool cooperative and having Whole Foods be a part of that, and being able to be home with my daughter, and, you know, having a farm and all of these things. This was like my grand plan. And when it came down to it, first I realized that I'm not the homeschooling type of mom. Like, I want to be in the world.
Props to the women who are.
Yes, totally.
And fathers too.
Absolutely. And just really finding out who the people are that I really want to work with. And it ended up being, which is a lot of the times true for a lot of people, the type of women that are dealing with the same things that I was dealing with. And so I see women with hormone imbalances and really help them maneuver through the emotional part of that, and just helping nourish their bodies and helping them realize that a lot of it is giving themselves grace and through the process. And it's a slow process, and I love seeing clients make changes and then see results from those changes. It's so rewarding.
So awesome. And again, I was just going to say, if you're just tuning in, feel free to shout out and let us know where you are tuning in from. We have people, like Jasmine said, all over the world. We have classes in Australia. We have people practicing in Canada, all over. And so we would love to know where you're tuning in from. And again, if you know anybody who is wanting this life-changing information, our vision is to heal the world, and so you can take part in that, and you can be a hand in healing the world. So
Absolutely.
Share with your friends, share with your family, share with your neighbors.
We know there is someone that you know or yourself that needs to hear this information.
Yeah, we got
let's get
Nashville.
Ooh,
Nashville.
You know about Nashville.
I actually used to live in Nashville. Part of my story that I totally skipped over is that about before I was working at the NTA, I was working for a celebrity holistic physician, and that was just a life-changing experience for me, and kind of what we'll talk about today too is like different ways that you can practice. We have some of our NTPs and NTCs working under holistic physicians, whether that be like a chiropractor or other sort of physicians, naturopaths. So that's a really fun way to practice as well. Los Angeles, awesome. Who else do we got? I saw Northern California.
McCleary, Washington, our next door neighbor.
Heck yeah, Tiburon,
California.
Is that how you say it? I feel like I'm butchering that.
I think it's Tiburon.
Woo woo. North Carolina, woo.
Hey,
yes,
Victoria.
Tamara. I don't know if I'm saying your name correctly, but
Tamara Arant.
Arant.
So Tamara, are you in NTC now?
Yes. So I talked with her. I'm working on the social media, and so I think I talked with you the other day, Tamara.
Cool.
And so we're so excited to have you. NTC is gonna blow your mind. It's gonna be so great.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So let's jump into like some frequently asked questions.
Yeah, and I think I actually saw one question.
Yeah,
I'm going to go back up. Where do you find clients once you're an NTP? Beautiful question.
Yep. So I guess we can start there. We'll just start.
Yeah.
So once you're an NTP, and I'll actually talk about the difference between the programs in just a second. Mm-hmm. So once you're graduated, you can find clients online. I think right now, the biggest way to meet new people and market yourself is using all of our online resources and social media resources. So if you can get yourself more comfortable on Facebook, Instagram, that's where you're going to see a lot of people wanting to know what it is that you do. NTPs a lot of the time are wanting to see people more one-on-one and in person. So it's really important to network in your community, mm-hmm. get out there, mm-hmm. Start teaching classes at the library or just anywhere where there's, what are those, like
any sort of platform that you can get.
Yeah, I'm thinking of like open markets or farmers markets, anywhere where there's people that are somewhat interested in the same things. And a lot of people go to schools, like elementary schools, and say, hey, like I just learned this information. I want to get it out to the kids and work some sort of contract out with them. So just start meeting people, networking. Yeah. It's so important to meet people and talk about your services. Other ways to start getting clients as an NTP is to go into other healthcare professionals, such as chiropractors, naturopaths, and work with them in their practice. And so you can rent space from them, however it is that you work it out with them. And it's a great way to start referring clients back and forth. And you know, you don't have to pay huge overhead because you're using their office. You could also do what I do and what a lot of people do is, I live in a really small town, and I don't have access to a lot of, you know, I don't even know if there's a chiropractor locally to me. So my practice is in my home. And so yeah, I just started seeing clients in my house and started posting on my Facebook page, and that's how it started. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I would even say, just think of the things and the ways that you gain interest from the people around you. What are the things that keep coming up? You know, what are the things that people come to you for as like a voice of reason or as an expert? So just think of that and try to utilize those resources and utilize that type of feedback to really drive your business and drive referrals and testimonies. That's a really great way to kind of narrow in how you want to practice.
Totally.
So we just got another question. Do you have to have special insurance for that? So as an NTP and NTC, do you need insurance? We definitely recommend setting up insurance, and I can actually, after this live, I'll track down some resources for that, but we do recommend a few different options that really just help to protect you and to protect your business. So,
Yeah. All right, I think we're gonna talk about the hot topic.
Yes.
The number one question that we get,
like number one,
is what's the difference between the NTP and the NTC programs? So we offer two main programs. One is the Nutritional Therapy Practitioner Program, and one is the Nutritional Therapy Consultant Program. So we call them the NTP or the NTC program for short. So let's just jump right in. So the main differences between these two programs. The NTP program, or the Nutritional Therapy Practitioner Program, actually, if I can go a little bit back to how this actually came to be. So Gray Graham, our founder, when he first started teaching the foundations of the Nutritional Therapy Practitioner Program, there was no NTC program. So NTP program was his program that he would go to medical professionals, a lot of chiropractors, and teach them this functional evaluation, which is a hands-on evaluative tool that practitioners use to uncover specific nutrient deficiencies in their clients. And so they're palpating specific points on their client's body that correlate to specific organ function or systems, body systems, that we can really gain some great information on how their bodies are performing. And so he only taught the NTP program, and it was only for other healthcare professionals until he opened it up for the world. And so we have a lot more NTP grads out there. And so sometimes it can have this perception of being the better than program or something that's more than the NTC program, but we definitely want to make sure we squash that thought, because it's totally not true. They're going in completely different directions, and hopefully our talk today will help you understand the differences.
Absolutely. I just keep seeing people saying that they're starting in May, and we're so excited for you.
Yes.
Literally every time we get a registration, we just are so excited.
We need to get a bell.
We should. We're gonna just get a cowbell, or what kind of bell were you thinking? Probably not a cowbell. I don't know. I was thinking more cowbell. I don't know. Okay. But we just get so excited just because we know how this information has impacted our own lives, and we just are so happy and ready to share that with other people. And we know that it doesn't just end with us, it doesn't just end with you, but it is a ripple effect. And, you know, there's a lot of stuff going out in the world and a lot of misinformation, but we're happy to flood it with truth and science-based information.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
love the program. Still looking into taking the courses, hoping in the near future.
Yes. We can't wait to get you
Absolutely.
in.
Absolutely.
Hey, Victoria. Hey, Greta. Okay.
Oh, Greta. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I think it might be helpful if I actually start with what's the same between both of the programs.
Yeah.
So both of the programs, what we have are foundations. And this is our core curriculum. So we address the foundations, which are like digestion, blood sugar handling, minerals, vitamins, fats, hydration. And so this core curriculum is the same in both programs. Where it starts to go in a different direction is the NTP program. Has that hands-on evaluative tool that I talked about briefly. And so this requires an in-person learning environment. So the NTP program, while it's mostly online, there are 3 in-person workshops that you would need to attend in order to graduate the class. And these 3 workshops are, one is 3 days, the second one is 4 days, and the last one is 3 days. And they're about 3 months in, 6 months in, and then at the very end of the program. And we hold them in various locations around the US, also Australia, New Zealand, Canada. And so when you sign up for an NTP class, you're essentially registering for one of those specific locations. And then you go through the program online, and when it's time to go to the in-person workshop, you're taking it at the same place each workshop time. And they're fairly full days, you know, think like 8 a.m. to 5 p.m.
packed. Like, I just tell people, like, just brace yourself, make sure you have tons of water and all your vitamins, all your minerals, because you're definitely going to need it. It's a lot of information packed into a short amount of time, and it never feels like enough time, but you walk away with just like a full head, a full brain, and a full heart. So
absolutely, yeah, and just the connections are
oh
amazing.
my gosh, the connections. So I did my workshop in Denver. I live in Olympia, Washington, and it was such a unique experience because I got to, you know, engage with people in a completely different part of the U.S., and there's so many amazing and gifted people. And so I would say, like, yeah, those connections are amazing, and I still talk to a lot of them on a regular basis, and you can use them as just kind of what we're talking about, like having that referral relationship. If you're one of your classmates, you know, focuses on like adrenal health, and that's not really something that you're passionate about, that's something that you can refer to them because you have an awesome connection. So
absolutely,
yeah, definitely take advantage of that time for sure.
Oh, Tamara, that's awesome.
I know.
What a good sister.
I know. Well, my sister
Start
to be
tagging
like
your
that.
sisters, everybody.
I did see a question, and let's see, where was it? Does this program teach cooking classes too?
Good question.
So,
so let me finish up. So NTP program, that's almost all online. Plus, so you get all the core curriculum. And do you want to pull up the modules so I can just briefly explain the topics? And then of course the 3 in-person workshops that you have to commit to. You can miss up to 8 hours during the course of the program. So that equals like 1 day or maybe a half day from one workshop week and a half day from another. And you have to do it in order to graduate. So if you know that you might be out of town or whatever, and you may have to miss more than that, please let us know beforehand so we can figure out what would work for you, because legally you have to fulfill that hourly requirement in order to be certified. And so, yeah, so let's see. So the modules are going to be...
Are you talking about for NTP?
Yep.
Okay.
And so we've got the evolution of the modern diet, the basics of nutrition. So this is where we just start diving in here. The client consultation process. So this is where we learn tools, how to engage with our clients, how to pull information from our clients so we can better help them. Introduction to anatomy and physiology. So we're going to dive fairly deep into this when we get into where the points are on the body that we palpate in the functional evaluation. Digestion, blood sugar regulation, essential fatty acid balance, mineral balance, hydration, and the urinary system, the endocrine system, allergies and immune, cardiovascular health, sleep, stress, and movement, which is like seriously one of the most important things to integrate with your clients. Environmental factors, so these are things like chemicals, toxins, mold in the home and just in your environment, and how to address that. Metabolic clearing and detoxification, as well as performance nutrition. And so those are the topics that we cover in the NTP program. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions about that, and we can actually post some resources that that will show the NTP program's topics as well as the NTC's. And so where that differs from the NTC program, and so I'll do a little history on the NTC program. So when we only were teaching the NTP program, there were so many people that either could not make it to the workshops because of their own health, because of where they were at in the world, because of whatever reason. And got it?
We're good.
Perfect.
This is challenging trying to like post
stuff
into there.
So yeah, so we were able to take out the workshops and teach the NTC program as sort of like everything that the NTP program covered except those workshop weekends. And about 2 years ago, maybe not quite that long, we were able to totally redo the curriculum of the NTC program to make it stand on its own. So it wasn't just this part of the NTP program. We added modules that are really helpful for NTCs or nutritional therapy consultants. Yeah, so we added some great things. So somebody talked about cooking classes, and we definitely go over this in the NTC course. So the NTC course is completely online, which is incredibly helpful for people that, like I said, can't travel for whatever reason. They want to take the program completely online. And so the topics are, so a lot of the same core curriculum, and where they differ is the culinary healing. So we have two modules on this, culinary healing 1 and culinary healing 2. And this, do you want to talk about what we learn in those?
Yeah. So I got to take a little sneak peek, and we actually, if you go over to our Instagram, on one of our highlights, we have like a little teaser for the culinary wellness. So it's culinary wellness. And basically it's going to go over the proper way to prepare food to get the most nutrient value out of the food itself, and also how to work with your clients on just combining foods, and then also creating meal plans for them. So one of the great resources that you get from the NTC program is Modern Meal, which is like a meal planning software to help you design meal plans for your clients so that they can succeed. We often know that one of the hardest parts is just kind of like getting ideas for like just good meals to eat, because a lot of us do know that eating well is, a challenge, and it can taste really good, but not everybody knows that.
Right.
And so I think just setting them up well, that's awesome. So those are some of the things that you'll learn in the NTC program.
And then Yep. Okay,
Yep.
cool. And so when we think of the difference between these two programs, what I really like to help people go through in their mind is to figure out, what do you want to do when you graduate? And that can really help us figure out which is the right program for you. Mm-hmm. If you see yourself practicing virtually, seeing clients online, just reading these questions as they come through. So if you see yourself mostly wanting to practice virtually, you can, lost my train of thought there.
NTC, I would say, NTC is like definitely, if you see yourself more practicing online, then that functional clinical assessment tool probably isn't going to serve you.
Totally.
So I would definitely say, like, stick with NTC. If you know that's something that you're passionate about. We have a lot of amazing graduates who are really great examples of this. But one to name out is Steph Goudreau. I am probably butchering her last name, but she's a great example of an NTC who is killing it. So she practices primarily online, and then she also is kind of like this fitness guru. So she's a good person. I'll put her link
awesome
in there, but go ahead.
Virtually, seeing clients virtually, having online groups of people, creating your own programs and offering those online as well. We've seen some amazing programs come through from our grads or from our NTC grads. And so if you're primarily wanting to see people virtually, like Kelsey said, the functional evaluation won't really be beneficial to you. You'll be able to get more out of the culinary wellness modules and helping people that way online rather than taking the NTP program.
Yep.
So I see NTPs more so want to work in a more clinical setting, and so they want to work mostly one-on-one in person with their clients. And a lot of them do team up with other healthcare professionals like chiropractors, doctors, naturopaths, what have you. And they are wanting to perform that functional evaluation with their clients on a regular basis. And so I think that's something to think about when you're thinking about the difference between the two. What type of work do I want to do in the world? Who are the people that I want to see and help? What type of ailments are they coming to me with? Is that something that I can teach them online? Is that something I need to connect with them in person, and what that looks like? Now, NTCs can also see people in person, and NTPs can also see people online. But if you want the most value, most bang for your buck, and something that will really cater to what it is that you want to do when you complete the program, then I would definitely start thinking about that.
NTC, for sure. Absolutely. And I was just even gonna ask, like, if you guys don't mind, let us know, like, if you're interested in working in holistic nutrition, let us know, like, what field, what your niche is, what you're passionate about. Go ahead and feel free to post that in there. We'd love to hear
what you want to do.
Yeah,
I'm always so inspired, and every
too.
time I hear a new idea, I'm like, do it.
I know.
Girl.
I'm like, man, and that's really what makes the world go round, and why it's so awesome that you focus on fertility, and I focus more on people who have struggled with eating disorders and that sort of thing. And there's always someone to help. There's always someone to bring this amazing information to. So.
Yes. There's huge gaps out there.
For sure.
Mental health is a huge one, and we know nutrition is a big piece of that puzzle.
Right.
And so there's so much need for all these different modalities of helping.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I saw like the
Victoria, you want to be a research writer? Well, girlfriend, I think you're already doing it.
You're pretty much killing it. So Victoria LaFont, she is one of our awesome instructors. If you ever just have I probably shouldn't even say this, but if you have a wild hair question about nutrition, she probably knows the answer to it. She is a wealth of information, and she has some great classes coming up as well. So I think that for the sake of honoring your guys' time, we'll just keep powering through these questions, and if you have anything, just feel free to put it in there. If we don't get to the questions today, we would be happy to write back. We'll be keeping an eye out on this feed for oh yes, oh my goodness, people,
Tell us. Okay, let's see. Tamra, so your son has celiac disease and resulting mental health issues. Yeah, that's so hard. We had little help with his cure, so I'd love to work with people who have issues like his. Love that. And, you know, other parents that are dealing with the same thing you are, Tamara, are going to find so much, you know, peace in knowing that they are working with somebody who knows exactly what they're going through and who can really help them with nutrient-dense nutrition. Yep. Victoria said call her.
Whoa, that is brave. I'm excited about that. You guys heard it from her mouth.
We'll post her.
Yes.
We'll post her phone number soon.
Yes.
Okay.
Mama
let's see.
Wheel. Plan is to work with women of childbearing age. Yes. Postpartum.
Postpartum.
Heck
yes. Can I just say
Snaps.
yes? That is so needed.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. We definitely need that.
Children's nutrition. Yes. You know,
we need it.
Once they get that information, it sticks with them for life. And if we can start young, it's just so helpful.
Yes. Class Iris, lactation educator, amazing.
Yes, love
births
that.
to elderly. I totally feel like the elderly is a generation who just gets forgotten as far as nutrition, and so I absolutely love that. I love that you're out there, you're doing that. So you'd love to, Mama Bear Champ, you'd love to work with families with kids who have experienced trauma, relational or developmental issues.
Gosh.
Absolutely.
That trauma and health needed so much.
Yep.
Laura, you're in the NTC class. You graduate in May. Awesome. Congrats.
Yeah, girl.
You want to travel in your RV across the U.S. and help people find nutrient-dense whole food. Mm-hmm. Well, Laura, there's a huge amount of people that are on the go right now, and so you probably find a huge community and people that want help with that. And I just think that's lovely that you want to go everywhere and teach.
Mm-hmm. So Nina Marie, I just saw that you had a really great question because you want to support women in their pregnancy and breastfeeding, but you're unsure about the NTP training because you're not sure if it will help you curate meals and recipes. So that is a great question. I would say, just going back to NTC, it really does set you up on how to curate those recipes. Obviously, we have tons of NTP graduates who are meal planners and they are, food bloggers and that sort of thing. So I would say it's not limited. So and just going back to that, functional clinical assessment tool, if that's something that you really see yourself using, then I would say by all means, go for it, do that.
Totally.
If that's something you want to use in your practice when you're helping women in childbearing age and with breastfeeding, then that's definitely capable. And also for the modern meal, so that is, we offer that through the NTA post-graduation, but you can also get that meal planning software just by yourself. So you can look up modernmeal.com and get that information.
I think they have a free trial if you want to look. Yeah. Because she's also asking if we think it would be kid friendly. Go on there, get the free trial, and start looking so you can network with other recipe developers.
It's kind of like Facebook. You can kind of connect with other people. You can take some of their recipes and plug that into a specifically designed meal plan for your clients. And so it's a really great tool.
Oh yeah, cancer and type 1 diabetes in children, so needed. We actually have a few grads. Susan Johnson working with kids that have cancer.
Oh, she's amazing.
And also Megan Vance, I'm totally going to butcher her last name, but Cancer Peace University, if you want to see what an NTP is doing with cancer, feel free to look her up.
And I'm totally blanking.
Children's Nutrition, yes.
I'm totally blanking on one of our NTP grads, but she has type 1 diabetes, and she adopted a child who has type 1 diabetes, and so there's definitely people out there, you know, giving this information and going through the modules. We go through like blood sugar regulation and the endocrine system, and just learning that communication between the organs and what's happening, and help you to understand, you know, if you're wanting to learn more about the different types of diabetes and that sort of thing.
Totally.
The program is definitely going to cover that.
Jackie, I want to help those with autoimmune issues, yes, who need support to reduce or resolve their symptoms. So much autoimmune disease, and we have a lot of grads that autoimmune issues are their niche, and they're doing wonderful things, but the amount of people that are getting diagnosed with autoimmune issues is just rising like crazy. It is so needed, Jackie. Check out Mickey Trescott and Angie Alt, autoimmune paleo or autoimmune wellness.com.
Yeah,
check them out,
their
Jackie.
Instagram is autoimmune paleo, and then their website is autoimmune wellness. And so Mickey is an NTP, and then Angie is an NTC, so they both kind of combine forces to create this amazing autoimmune wellness community. They have people on staff who are writing some really informational blogs and topics that are really important in the autoimmune community for sure.
Absolutely. So helpful.
Yeah.
Let's see. Taryn. Hi, Taryn. So interested in working with kids and teens, especially young athletes. As an ex-competitive figure skater, oh wow, lack of nutrition information was breeding ground for eating disorders. Yes. I mean, my daughter, she's only 5 and she's in gymnastics, and there recently was a nutrition talk, and because I am who I am, I wanted to see what it was all about, sort of in the back of my mind knowing, you know, oh, I probably wouldn't follow this info. And sure enough, I was just amazed at the amount of sugar and the misinformation that was given to these young girls. And then of course the, all the expectations on young girls and female athletes on their body, and it's just, it needs some help, and I'd love to see what you do.
Oh yeah, and I will even speak to that. I was a gymnast for several years, and that's where a lot of that, just that focus on nutrition and health at such a young age, when you don't really need to be thinking about that. And that's what we are bombarded by at such a young age. And so it's really great that that's what you're passionate about, because I think if we can start while we're young and get the truth and the good information to them while they're young,
absolutely,
it will set them up for a really healthy future.
Yeah. Jackie, Mickey and Angie, awesome. I mean, there's tons of other autoimmune NTPs and NTCs out there as well, but I love looking at their website and all their information.
Yes.
Mama Bear
Performance Nutrition. Yeah, so we just added a brand new module to the NTP program on performance nutrition. So that is really great. Our CEO, our executive director, Matt Smith, he had a part. He's been Ironman a gazillion times. And so he has really poured a lot of his knowledge into that module on just how to set your body up well to optimize nutrition while you are exerting a lot of energy, and how not to drain your adrenals.
With a bio-individual approach.
Absolutely.
I mean, so many times with performance nutrition, we think of
it's like one size fits all.
Absolutely, and it's just not okay for everybody to eat that same way. So, and I know Victoria put a lot of research into that module as well. So.
Oh yes, Victoria, that's awesome. I love it. Awesome. So let's see. Keep sending in your questions. Keep letting us know what you are passionate about. We are right there with you.
If you don't know what you're passionate about yet and you just want to talk it through, I would love to spend some time on the phone with you and figure out what it is. What are the possibilities? I mean, they're really endless, but until you start talking it through, you may not even realize what is out there for you. And yeah, I actually have a link that we can post
it in
there. Where you can schedule a call with me. I can jump on like, I don't know, a 20-30 minute call with you and figure out what program is right for you, what you can do when you graduate, and how that fits in with your busy life now. And yeah, I'd love to talk with all of you more about that. What type of testing can NTCs offer since they aren't doing a functional exam? Great question. So what NTCs can do is we have clients fill out an initial interview paperwork. Think of this as like if you were to go see like a doctor or naturopath, that like the
an intake
new
form,
patient paperwork. So lots of health history stuff. We also have them fill out a full 3-day food and mood journal. So this is where we can look at the types of foods that they're consuming, in what quantities, at what times, what their feelings are throughout the day. And then this will help sort of gauge, what types of foods result in what type of symptom. And then we also have them fill out a nutrition assessment questionnaire, which is like a, I don't even know, 300 question, like
So
fill in the bubble,
much.
very comprehensive on the types of symptoms that they're dealing with. And this all together, plus with talking through them with the client consultation process that we teach in the NTC and NTP programs, really helps you determine where to start, what foundation that you should, begin with. And I'm telling you right now, it's going to be it's going to be digestion
Absolutely.
and or blood sugar handling.
Yeah, something you'll always hear throughout the program is it always starts with digestion.
It's true.
And digestion is a top-down function. So
North to south process.
To south. So it begins even before food enters your mouth. It's the mindset that you're in. It's making sure that your digestive juices are optimally functioning. And what you'll find with most of your clients is it can be so many symptoms can be easily remedied just by going back to those foundations of digestion.
Yep. So many things. So many things that you never think would be related go back to digestion. So yeah, with all that information, even though you're not using a specific testing tool, you're able to see right away red flags of like, okay, because my client is waking up often in the middle of the night, they can't fall asleep, they're drinking caffeine all throughout the day, they're still tired and sluggish, they take a nap at 3 a.m. or at 3 p.m. So you're putting all this information together and you're going to say, okay, let's start nourishing those adrenals, let's start working on your digestion and seeing what we can do to help. Look at all these people jumping on. Hey, guys.
Love it. 10%. Awesome. Yeah.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
guys.
hi.
If you're just joining us, feel free to let us know where you're tuning in from. We have just been answering some amazing questions, some really helpful questions, and this information should be live. At least on Instagram, it'll be live for the next 24 hours, and then this will also be on Instagram Facebook forever.
Yep.
So if you want to go back and listen to some of the questions that we answered, that could be really helpful too. I was going to say, let's see. I think we talked about some of our grads, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And so we have a bunch of really great resources. We heard about some people wanting to work in like fitness. So we have an awesome grad. Her name is Emily Schramm. Some of you may be on here today because you were referred to the NTA through her social media or her outlets. She's a great resource if you're looking into, like what we're saying, supporting your adrenals while you are maintaining an active lifestyle. So if that's something that you're keen on, she's a great resource.
Yeah. Hey, Brooke. Nice to see you on.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke Libby.
Brooke
I remember,
Libby.
I think Brooke was one of my scholarship people. Yeah.
I love her recipes. If you guys are just looking for inspiration for fun meals, Brooke.
Oh, yeah,
Libby,
you were. Yes.
yes.
Awesome.
Brooke Libby is a great resource for recipes. Her stuff is good.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'm like nervous it's gonna.
I know. I
close on
think we
us.
should start wrapping up.
Yeah.
Just
talk about-
because we didn't plug our phones in.
Yeah, we're getting the 10% warning on Jasmine's phone.
Oh, thanks, Brooke.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody go follow Brooke. Look at her beautiful feed and her
So
recipes.
beautiful. That's so lovely.
Yum.
So yeah, we talked about NTC. We talked about the differences between the NTP and the NTC program. And we put Jasmine's Calendly link in there. So if you want to set up a call,
Call
and
me.
Yes, we legitimately love to talk to you guys and help guide you to the right program. We're not looking to sell a program to someone who is not a right fit. So
Absolutely.
if you have questions, we are here to answer them, and we want to guide you to the right place.
Yep.
Yeah, so just something to note, this session, the May session that is about to, we're about to close registration. This is the last session that the NTP program, the practitioner program, will be at $5,400. It will increase to $5,900. And so now is the time, if you know that NTP is a program for you, you're going to want to sign up now. And then as far as...
I was going to say, and speaking of signing up as soon as you can, for NTP, the venues are filling.
Yes.
Denver is already full, so if you were interested in Denver...
is hopping.
Yeah, you
y'all.
gotta get on the wait list or
hopping.
choose another venue location. So registration closes on April 26th. So coming right up. Get your registration packets into us as soon as you can so we can get you in the class.
Yes.
What gets you a spot in class is your completed registration packet along with your payment information. If you want info on our payment plan that we have available, please set up a call with me through my Calendly link or call and talk to any one of us admissions advisors.
And we
1-800-918-9798.
Yeah.
So call if you have any.
I'm like,
There we go. And class starts May 6th. So we want to get you in before then, so you're ready to learn, so you know what books you have to order. So yeah, remember that April 26th, the last thing that we'll accept registration packets. It's a first come, first serve basis is how we register students. And so we accept up to 40 students per class in the NTP programs. And this is so that the workshop locations, are small and intimate when you're working with your instructors in person. And then we accept up to 50 students per class in the NTC program. We are filling up fast, and for whatever reason, the people that we attract to our programs are procrastinators, and so we always get flooded the last week.
day. So don't wait.
Don't wait.
Don't wait for
Send
the
it
sake
in.
of our admissions
Yes,
team.
send it in so that you
we'll
get
do
a
it,
spot.
but
We
come
don't
on.
want you sitting on a waiting list.
No, it's not fun for anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I'd say those are the big things, and like Jasmine said, we're here to answer your questions. If you want to go ahead and post your questions, I'll be answering those later as well.
I think that's it, guys.
That's it.
We had so much fun talking with you guys today.
Yes.
Look at all the hearts.
Oh, I love these hearts.
That was Miley.
Oh, Miley. Oh.
Thank you
So
guys
great.
so much for jumping on with us today. It was so
Yes.
fun being on both
Yeah.
Instagram and
Yeah.
Facebook.
And
all
let
of
us
our
know.
people.
Let us know if this is helpful. If
Yeah.
you guys need some more guidance. If there's topics that you guys want us to be talking about on here. So definitely let us know. But have a good day.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's see if we can figure it out.
Finish.